Maybe you want this type of wall, or this one, or this one right here. Don't worry, Tropical Paints got you covered. Tropical Paint Standard Products, your everyday solution for perfect walls.
Kodi chitukuko ndi chani? Nanga adindo adela lanu akuchitaponje pa za chitukuko kudera la kwanu.
Ndiye muganizire CDF ndalama imene timagwisa ntchito ya chitukuko inali pa 30 million. Ndikayang'ana mu 98 mwina ndi zitukuko pafupi 20 zokha.
Ndimawuza kufunikira kuti aliyense akhale mwini wa chitukuko chija. Chifukwa chino chakwapezitenga kuti ine ndi mwini wa chitukuko, munthu sungadzionongere weka, munthu sungadzibere weka.
Onelani programu ya chitukuko ndera langa kuchokera kuno ukanema wa Channel 4 Nations kuyamba lachiwiri lilonse komanso loweruka lilonse nthawi ya 7:30 madzulo.
Dziwani ndi kuphunzira zakufunika kokhala moyo wa thanzi komanso wangwiro polandira uphungu komanso kumvetsetsa zakufunika koyezetsa magazi kudzera mu programu ya wapafupi aposa.
Chimakhala chinthu cha mtengo wapatali mwene misinkhu athu ino umayendera kumodzi mdziko. Ndakale wanthu amafa nthenda koma chifukwa choti sounena. Tsono chipatala chichituyenda mudzi uyang'ane inuyo kuti mchire. Msafe msanga.
Ukanga rumine nunankhula mwe palibe vuto lesazimayiwa koma vuto mwene chini penche masomaso.
Wapafupi aposa lolemba lililonse nthawi ya 6 koloko madzulo komanso lachisanu nthawi ya 7:30 madzulo. Kukupezani ndi thandizo kuchoka ku International Christian Assembly, Sunrise Ministries komanso E3 Initiative.
Za Malawi, zoimbidwa nda Malawi, mzilankhulo za ku Malawi. Wonelani programu ya Timba ya Malawi, lolemba lililonse kuyambira nthawi ya 7:30 madzulo, komanso loweruka 10 koloko mmawa, kuti mudalitsike ndi nyimbo za ku Malawi.
Is your wall having problems? Covered in mold, blisters, and looking old? Don't worry, Tropical Paints is here for the rescue. With our premium paints, watch your walls transform instantly, giving them a fresh, flawless finish. Tropical Paints, your world in color.
At International Christian Assembly, ICA, we believe as the world is moving digital, we too have to move digital. Using your smartphone, tablet, or laptop, you can now access all ICA messages on the following platforms: YouTube, ICA Lilongwe YouTube channel; Facebook, International Christian Assembly, ICA; Spotify, iTunes, Google Podcasts. The messages are also available on CAN Radio and CAN TV. International Christian Assembly, ICA, a house of prayer for all nations.
Hello Malawi, my name is Olivia Kalenga, coming all the way from Zambia, and you are watching CAN TV. Keep watching. And I can't imagine my life without your love.
Kodi chitukuko ndi chani? Nanga adindo adera lanu akuchitaponje pa za chitukuko kudera la kwanu?
Ndiye muganizire CDF ndalama imene timagwisa ntchito ya chitukuko inali pa 30 million. Ndikayang'ana mu 98 mwina ndi zitukuko pafupi 20 zokha.
Ndimawuza kufungira kuti aliyense akhale mwini wa chitukuko chija. Chifukwa chino chakwapezitenga kuti ine ndi mwini wa chitukuko, munthu sungadzionongere weka, munthu sungadzibere weka.
Onelani programu ya chitukuko ndera langa kuchokera kuno ukanema wa Channel 4 Nations kuyamba lachiwiri lilonse komanso loweruka lilonse nthawi ya 7:30 madzulo.
Maybe you
Let us pray. Almighty God, in your wisdom and goodness, has appointed the office of the rulers and parliaments for the welfare of the country and the government of the people. We ask you to hold with your abundance as servants who us in the land. Let your blessings descend upon us here assembled, and grant that we may all matters that shall come under our deliberation. From the chair. Thank you. I'll recognize you after my communication, Honorable. Good morning, honorable members, and welcome into the chamber. I have one announcement to make. I wish to remind the House that this afternoon at 2 o'clock, the Honorable Minister of Finance, Economic Planning and will present the 2026 budget. In this regard, the leader of the House will, at an appropriate time, move a motion for the House to sit in the afternoon of today, Friday. Let me urge you, honorable members, to dress up for the occasion, because this defines our preparedness to welcome the Honorable Minister of Finance and his budget, which government has prepared for its people in this country. Let us be very punctual when coming to attend this special occasion in the afternoon. this marks the end of my announcement. Thank you. Yes, Rumpi
West.
Rumpi West.
Good morning, Mr. Speaker, sir. The media is awash with congratulating you how you are managing this house. You are very, very nice person. Especially yesterday, our colleague was sent out and you rescinded your decision. That is for the first time I've never seen a speaker behaving like that. We commend you, keep on, this is your house. We are your sons and daughters. Yes. Mr. Speaker, sir, I stand here to find out my question understanding order 14 concerning 1,200 beneficiaries from Rumpi West and even other districts in Malawi that have not redeemed their fertilizer. Yes. And we hear the program is coming to an end today. People are on my neck asking what will happen. As you are aware, I've been standing here that Rumpi West was affected by hunger last year. The MVAC program missed most of the beneficiaries because they were taken on board as farming families who would benefit and stand on their own this year. What is going to happen to my people in Rumpi West? Because my question comes and goes without any direction. Thank you. Mr. Speaker, sir, as a good man, even the opposition knows this.
Thank you, Rumpi West, and thank you for those sentiments. Rumpi West, if you check in today's order paper, you'll see that item 87C is a matter of urgent public importance, understanding order 14, which you have raised. So it is in the order paper, and I'm sure at an appropriate time, the leader will guide us on how to go about that. So don't worry, it is on the order paper and it will be tackled at an appropriate time. Thank you. Lilongwe Site Mloza.
Good morning, Mr. Speaker, and everyone in the House. Mr. Speaker, I would like to find out from you, is it in order for this House to continue our business when yesterday our friends were missing, they were locked? Can't we welcome them in a special way? We missed them from the other side. We don't know where they were. We want to welcome them.
Thank you, Lilongwe Site Mloza. I welcome everyone, including you. You are most welcome. Yes, Leader of the House.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker, and good morning, honorable colleagues. Today we start business with a ministerial statement by the Minister of Lands, Housing and Urban Development, and therefore in this regard, I beg to move that the order paper be varied in that order. I beg to move.
Honourable members, as put by the Leader of the House, that we vary the order paper in order for us to tackle ministerial statement. I now put the question. Those of that opinion say aye. Aye. Those of the contrary view say no. The ayes have it and the motion is carried.
Government business, item 3A, ministerial statement. The Honorable Minister of Lands, Housing and Urban Development.
Leader of Opposition.
Right Honorable Speaker, good morning. I Right Honorable Speaker, is to bring to your attention that yesterday when we were, or you were suspending the House, there was a lot of agreement from both sides of the House that probably leadership would meet, agree so that we could engage His Excellency. So bearing in mind Mr. Speaker, sir, that once this afternoon the Minister responsible for Finance presents the budget, the next week all of us will definitely be busy, because that's I think the business that most people out there are expecting, that this House passes the budget. I just wanted, through your office, Right Honorable Speaker, to get the commitment from our fellow leadership from the government side, if there are any advances, so that we could also be able to meet His Excellency and expedite the process, because we believe that all of us would like to contribute to the legacy that he wants to leave behind in this country, more especially on issues of accountability and transparency as far as the management of CDF is concerned. And I hope, Right Honorable Speaker, I have presented exactly how it was supposed to be presented. Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker, for giving me the opportunity.
Leader, you want to say something?
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker, and through you, let me thank my colleague, the Leader of Opposition. That proposal indeed was brought to your attention yesterday, Right Honorable Speaker, and as Leader of the House, I am expected to be moved by yourself, by your office, for me to take up that responsibility. Up until then, your Right Honorable Speaker, my hands are still tied. So once you move me, I will do the needful. I submit, Right Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Leader of the House. Leader, my advice yesterday was that both sides should meet, discuss, and find an amicable way of solving it. And if there's need for intervention, we are ready to intervene if you would like us to do so. So on my plea is find time with the other side leadership, meet to discuss so that we have smooth running of the House, because this issue seems to be derailing our progress in the House. So Leader, it is your responsibility and mine to make sure that the House is in order and this issue is resolved. If you feel it's too big for you, then you can also involve the relevant ministries that are handling the issue to accompany you so that this issue is closed once and for all. Thank you, Leader.
Government Business, Ministerial Statement. The Honorable Minister of Lands, Housing and Urban Development to present a statement on the update on construction of houses for security agencies.
Thank you. Minister of Lands. Honourable Minister, you may come and present your statement.
Good morning, Mr. Speaker and the whole House. I'm so privileged to stand here on behalf of the Minister of Lands, Housing and Urban Development. Susan Vega. Can you hear me now? Good morning, Mr. Speaker and the whole House. I'm so privileged to stand here on behalf of the Ministry of Lands, Housing and Urban Development to give you, the House, and Malawians an update on the 10,000 houses that are being constructed using your taxpayers' money and through our ministry. The institutions, as said, are being constructed for the Malawi Defense Force, Malawi Police Force, Malawi Prison Services, and the Department of Immigration and Citizenship Services. Mr. Speaker, sir, before I go further, allow me to express my profound gratitude to His Excellency, Professor Peter Mutharika, President of the Republic of Malawi, for the trust and confidence bestowed upon me to serve Malawians as the Minister of Lands, Housing and Urban Development. Mr. Speaker, sir, the DPP government fully recognizes the enormous housing challenges faced by our own men and women in uniform. For many years, limited investments has been made in construction of institutional housing units for our men and women in security institutions. This situation has been attributed to national budgetary constraints and escalating construction costs. As a result, most of our officers reside in rented houses and outside their camps, rendering their lives vulnerable to other mitigating factors. Most of these houses are located in distant locations, which adversely affects operational readiness, response time, morale, discipline, and overall welfare of our officers. Mr. Speaker, sir, to address these challenges, the DPP government has prioritized the construction of housing units for the security institutions. Initially, the plan was to construct 10,000 housing units, but this target has since been revised to go up to 12,500 housing units in order to progressively close the existing deficit. Progress on construction works. Mr. Speaker, sir, since the inception of this project, a total of 139 contracts have been awarded, translating to 3,972 housing units. Progress on construction of these houses is at varied stages, with some completed, others under construction, while others are at project mobilization stage. Completed projects. Mr. Speaker, sir, to date, 172 housing units have been fully completed as follows: 20 housing units in Nzimba district, 15 housing units in Mangochi district, 24 housing units in Lilongwe, 55 housing units in Blantyre district, 40 housing units in Idowa district, 8 housing units in Kasungu district, and 10 in the city of Zuzu. Mr. Speaker, sir, of the completed houses, 40 units are for the Malawi Defense Force, 112 units are for the Malawi Police Services, and 20 units are for the Malawi Prison Services. Out of the 172 completed houses, 132 have been handed over to the beneficial institutions, while 40 houses in Dowa district are pending proper handover ceremonies. Projects at 80% above completion stage. Mr. Speaker, sir, 409 housing units are at above 80% completion stage. Of these, 246 are for the Malawi Defense Force, 116 houses are for the Malawi Police Service, and 45 houses are for the Malawi Prison Services, and 2 houses are for the Immigration Services. Projects between 50% and 80% completion. Mr. Speaker, sir, 382 housing units are between 50% and 80% completion stage. However, construction works have stalled on 325 of these units, mainly due to non-payment of outstanding certificates by government, while works on 57 units are progressing satisfactorily. The projects progressing well include 6 houses for Malawi Police Service at Mpondagaga in Nkhotakota, which are at 67%. 51 houses are for the Immigration Services in Area 45 here in Lilongwe, paging at 51% completion stage. Projects below 50% completion. Mr. Speaker, sir, 1,639 houses are close, 93 sites nationwide are at 50% below completion stage. While works are progressing at most of these sites, construction works have stalled at 28 sites, likewise mainly due to non-payment of outstanding certificates. Awarded contracts pending commencement of construction works. Mr. Speaker, sir, there are 30 sites translating into 592 units where contracts were awarded but works have not yet commenced. Of these, 13 sites are facing challenges related to land availability and due to land ownership wrangles on the proposed sites. 5 of these sites, contractors have not yet submitted their required performance bonds. Meanwhile, contractors are mobilizing at 8 sites, while at 4 sites, contracts have recently been handed over for the construction of MDF hostels, namely in Zomba Air Base, Chilumba Hotel in Kalonga, Maritime Hostel in Mangoji, and Lilongwe Air Base Hostel. Mr. Speaker, sir, contracts to be retendered. 9 contracts covering 125 housing units for Malawi Police Service will be retendered. As the contractors who were awarded the contracts did not proceed to take up the works because all the concerned contractors failed to meet the terms and conditions of their contracts. Challenges that we are facing, Mr. Speaker, sir. Mr. Speaker, sir, the project has encountered several challenges, including the following. 1. Time lapse caused by payment delays. Delayed disbursement of funds has significantly affected progress of the project implementation. These delays have negatively impacted on project delivery and exposed government to escalating construction costs and interest claims. As of 27th January 2026, accumulated projects arrears stand at plus minus 52 billion. Delayed and inadequate funding of infrastructure management unit. Mr. Speaker, sir, to ensure delivery of quality houses, the ministry established an infrastructure management unit to oversee the project. However, delayed and inadequate funding to the unit have undermined effective supervision, resulting in weak contract management, poor workmanship, in some cases, and avoidable delays. Failure by contractors to meet contractual preconditions. Mr. Speaker, sir, 5 contractors translating into 152 housing units have failed to provide performance guarantees from commercial banks, a mandatory condition to precedent to contract signing. This development negatively impacted on project implementation, as work on some sites could not commence on time, and in some instances, contracts for these sites could not be signed. Planned interventions. Mr. Speaker, sir, to address challenges outlined above and restore momentum to the project, my ministry will implement the following interventions. Priority given to near completion projects. In collaboration with the Ministry of Finance, my ministry will immediately give priority and clearance of arrears and allocate resources to projects that are above 80%, so that these housing units can be delivered within the shortest possible time. Structured arrears settlement plan. Further, my ministry, in collaboration with the Ministry of Finance, is developing a structured and phased arrears settlement framework aimed at preventing project cost escalations. Strengthening contract management. My ministry will also seek adequate and timely funding for the infrastructure management unit to strengthen supervisory and contract management functions, thereby enhancing project oversight and accountability. Performance-based contract engagement. Mr. Speaker, sir, in order to safeguard public resources and improve delivery and performance, my ministry will strictly enforce contractual provisions, including termination of non-performing contractors in accordance with the terms and conditions of contracts signed with the contractors. My ministry will, where necessary, retender the outstanding works to ensure that the intended output of the 12,500 housing units is achieved. Moving forward, my ministry will introduce a contractor performance scorecard system to guide future contract awards and promote merit-based engagement and project delivery. Mr. Speaker, sir, allow me to repeat what I've read. My ministry, moving forward, will introduce a contractor performance scorecard system to guide future contracts awards and promote merit merit-based engagement and project delivery. The catchword there is merit-based. My ministry will also enforce mandatory compliance with performance security requirements prior to contract award. Further, the ministry will take appropriate measures to ensure that contractors comply with set work standards and terms and conditions of the signed contracts. Mr. Speaker, sir, and honorable members, these measures will include taking decisive action against non-compliance and blacklisting of underperforming contractors. Moving forward, Mr. Speaker, sir, with regard to devolution of the project to local councils, my ministry is waiting the release of revised CDF guidelines to enable us to operationalize the project implementation modalities contained in the guidelines. Meanwhile, my ministry will continue to enhance transparency, accountability, and the implementation of this project by submitting regular comprehensive progress reports to the August House and by publishing periodic updates on the status of the projects to ensure public scrutiny and confidence. In conclusion, Mr. Speaker, sir, the DPP government remains fully committed to improving the welfare of our security personnel. Decent housing is not a privilege, but it's a necessity for those who dedicate their lives to safeguard our nation. While challenges have been encountered, corrective measures are being implemented to ensure that the objectives of these programs are achieved in a very transparent, accountable, and fiscally responsible manner. Mr. Speaker, sir, and honorable members, I thank you for your attention and listening. Ziko.
Honourable members, I will take 3 questions for the sake of clarification, but not debate. I will start with Mwanza Central, but I see Leader of the House standing. Leader of the House.
Right, Honourable Speaker, just to agree with you, and that's why I was standing. I wanted us to take just 3 questions, and then we'll move to finance debate on the national address. So 3 to be precise, then we'll move on. Thank you.
Thank you, Leader, for that guidance. Mwanza Central.
Thank you very much, Right.
Hold on, Mwanza Central. Let me take that down. Mwanza Central. Jinji South. Jinji Southwest. And let me catch my eye on Kota Kota Central. In that order, please. Mwanza Central, you have the floor.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker, for recognizing Mwanza Central. Firstly, let me congratulate the Honorable Minister of Lands for such an elaborate statement. I listened carefully and attentively, so I wanted just to seek clarification, or rather ask a question on what the ministry is going to do to make sure that contractors are paid on time. I think on the interventions, I missed that one, if at all it was there, but I think I missed it. So I would need clarification, because this, Right Honourable Speaker, contributes to some kind of corruption, because the contractors are forced to involve in corrupt activities to those being responsible for making payments. So I wanted just to find out if at all you're putting up a system where contractors will be paid on first come, first serve. Thank you.
Thank you, Mwanza Central. Chinji Southwest.
Thank you very much, for allowing the Wade.
Honorable Attorney.
Minister of Lands, quite a commendable job, especially on the construction of 10,000 houses, which now have been perhaps added to 12,500. Have got to be awarded to Malawians. I wanted to find out from the Honorable Minister whether that policy is still being followed, so that at least many Malawians should benefit, and as a way of capacity building, as many local contractors should be the ones to be doing these jobs. But otherwise, Right Honorable Speaker, I highly recommend my successor for the job that he's actually doing, not only in the housing sector, but also even in the lands management in general. I know he's got so many statements to bring forward that will even make him shine as we progress. I thank you, Right Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Chinji Southwest and former Minister of Lands. I think that's mature opposition. We need to work together. And in fact, I hope the current minister has invited you for coffee in his office so you can do some handovers and proper advice to the current minister, but I recommend that. That's the way to go. Thank you. Nkhotakota Central.
Thank you so much, Mr. Speaker, for seeing to it that my mic is back functioning. Good morning, Chair. Through you, I would like to ask the Minister. First, I would like to give a small background that my understanding is that the project of constructing houses for security agencies, apart from just fulfilling the primary role of providing accommodation to security agents, I think also has to meet the requirement of beautifying our cities by putting up structures that speak to the times that we are in. But I have noted that, for example, at Area 30, dwarf houses were put in front of the compound, I should say. And it doesn't sit well for a city in this century, particularly as a capital city, and more so where the location is just on the roadside from the airport, which is among the first things that people see when they come to Malawi. Is there any policy to build flats, modern flats, other than small isolated houses, which may not even be relevant in the next 5-10 years? Do you have any clear policy on that? Because what has happened there at Area 30 is so embarrassing, to be honest. If I were allowed 2 questions, I would, but I'll stop here for now. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Nkhotakota Central. I remember the last time this issue was also brought up by an honorable member. I'm sure the former Minister of Lands will agree with me. Indeed, we need to save land. We need to go for less expense projects, and we need to beautify our city. All has to be together. And looking at Area 30, one would think that was a waste of land. That was not to beautify. Maybe should have put 20-story buildings there. Would have really kept us with the time. And I'm sure the minister, as brilliant as he is, will take serious concern on this. But I want to hear his response as well on this. Minister of Lands.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. I've got 3 questions. The first one coming from my brother from Mwaza Central, who asked if contractors are paid on time to avoid the suspected corruption that happens due to delays in payment. Mr. Speaker, I would be very honest that we have failed to pay our contractors in time due to reasons beyond our ministry. But as a ministry, we have engaged the Minister of Finance. We had also a chat with the Minister of Homeland to ensure that our contractors are paid all the arrears that they are owed based on the stage of completion that they are on. If we do that, I hope we will root out the corruption that happens because of maybe contractors trying to get their payments in time and moving forward. In Chinji Southwest, the former Minister of Lands, thank you for the compliments. We are all Malawians. We ought to work together and advise each other accordingly for the greater good of our citizens. We have a big sum of arrears in the office, as I've responded to the ministry, to the Member of Parliament of Mwanza Central, we have engaged the Accountant General through the Minister of Finance to have a lot of certificates paid. In such a manner, we cannot go to a new project when we have arrears that are not paid. So we will not go to the next phase of 12,500 till we finish the 10,000 and all certificates being paid accordingly. I repeated in my speech to make my statement clear that we are Malawians and contractors will be given contracts on merit regardless of where they're coming from. If you have the necessities as a contractor, my ministry will give you. So do not be worried. We are moving forward with Nkulukuta Moyo as the president of all Malawians, regardless of their political affiliations, regardless of their church affiliations or the region they come from. The policy, Mr. Former Minister, to give 60% contracts to Malawians still stands, because Malawi should come first. We have to empower our brothers and sisters in the construction industry to help us urbanize and develop Malawi. So Malawians that have qualifications, that have got all the necessities, they are called in for tenders, and if they qualify, we'll give them the contracts to construct houses. My brother from Nkhotakota Central, I do agree with you. In terms of planning, I think we failed as a ministry and all relevant stakeholders on those police houses in Area 30. Because if you go at the location, those upstairs, they were put behind. And those one stair, as you call them, dwarfs, are in front. So moving forward, as a ministry, we engage the Department of Physical Planning that buildings should be relevant to the current times. So we apologize for that anomaly, but moving forward, we'll have cities. We'll have high. Moving forward, we'll have high-rising houses constructed in cities and other local councils, and this will help us beautify our country, Malawi. And also, let me appeal to members of parliament and all Malawians that you are applying for land. Let us build apartments, because that would also, help us in land management. I submit, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Thank you very much, Minister of Lands. Yes, Opposition Whip.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. First, allow me to congratulate the Honorable Minister of Lands for that elaborate and articulate kind of a presentation. Very ministerial, I must say. Honorable Speaker, the point of order that was raised by Nkhotakota Central and in a way echoed by yourself, and the Honorable Minister admits as well that what happened was an anomaly. But then there is vast land that has been subjected to that anomaly, and we agree that in the next few years, that will be a site that will be poor to look at. The Honorable Minister has undertaken that consultations will be done, but where the Minister already has the backing of this House, that this House seems to be in agreement that what happened there was a mistake, I believe that a decision taken by the Ministry to reverse that anomaly will have the support of the country. as opposed to when the ministry does that reverse on its own, the country can cry and say all sorts of things. But I wanted the minister to be bold on this one. Where we have mistakes like those, things that do not beautify our cities, we must be bold enough to say we are demolishing these units and erecting new units. This happens world over, Mr. Speaker. Wherever, in London, wherever, if they want to build something modern, they demolish other things that are not looking good. So, Honourable Minister, be bold, rise up and say we are demolishing these because they don't look good. That's the way to go. Thank you very much, Speaker.
Thank you. I'm sure Minister of Lands is taking notes. Leader. Honourable members, as was guided by the leader, that we tackle ministerial statement, then we move to winding up debate on SONA. Yes, there's a casino was gone out of order.
Good afternoon,
Good morning, Honourable.
Oh, it's still morning. Okay, fine. No, I want to attract your attention, Mr. Speaker, sir. It's a good morning this morning, and through you, Mr. Speaker, I've seen my good brother, the preacher from CFC, the pastor, Minister of Law Government is here. But I remember during the last meeting, you had directed the two committees, Public Accounts and the Legal Affairs Committee, to summon one institution which I had a reason then to question its constitutionality, an association called MAGA. They still get resources from our castles, and today it's a good day because the Minister of Finance is going to present the budget this afternoon, and there are resources which will be allocated in our castles, and they are taking this money as association fee to MAGA, an institution which is not publicly audited, and it's not a public institution. So I wanted to ask an update for your office from these two committees if they had summoned MAGA, because this institution keeps issuing statements against this very same house which have already figures into castles. So through you, Mr. Speaker, I wanted to ask from you, because it's your office which directed these two committees to summon MAGA. So before we appropriate the funds into castles this afternoon, I wanted your office, because this MAGA is operating illegally, using our money which they cannot be publicly audited.
Thank you, Del Zakasina. Indeed, this issue was brought up. I should agree with you. Let me respond that I will take up the matter with the chairpersons of the committees and our clerks. Please take note that I'll need a report on that, just to make sure that what we had agreed is being followed. So I will get back to you once I get full details of that. And I'm sure also the minister is present. He has also taken note of that. Thank you, Dezakasina. Leader of the House.
Thank you very much, Right Honourable Speaker. I thought we need to utilize the remaining few minutes for proper business. I'm getting a bit agitated. We now move to a bit of debate, and then we move for the adoption of the SONA. Winding up remarks, and then we adopt the SONA. I beg of Right Honourable Speaker.
Government business, item 3B, motion on the President's address. That this House do agree with the address graciously delivered by His Excellency the President, Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika, on Friday, 13th February 2026.
Honourable members, we now go into debate on the SONA. I will recognize 3. Zomba, City North, Karonga Central, and Blantyre.
Sochi Zingwangwa.
Sochi Zingwangwa.
Thank you.
In that order, please.
Thank you.
Zomba City North,
yes.
You have 10 minutes.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker, for recognizing the people of Zomba City North to add their voice to the State of Nation address that was ably delivered in this House on 13th February 2026 by the State President of the Republic. Before I do so, Right Honorable Speaker, allow me to commend you for a good job that you're doing in this House. You are indeed a top-notch.
Yeah.
Right Honorable Speaker, let me commend the President, Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika, the President of this Republic, who is also the President of the biggest party in the land, the mighty Democratic Progressive Party, for ably presenting the State of the Nation address in a brief and concise manner. Right Honorable Speaker, in about 40 minutes, the President managed to report the progress made so far in this country. And also he managed to outline the policy direction, the trajectory that this country is going to take for economic growth. Right Honorable Speaker, it was a 31-page SONA, unlike in the past, where we were belabored to sit in here for 3 hours, listening to an empty speech. Right Honorable Speaker, for example, on 14 February 2025, we were sitting here listening to a SONA having 105 pages. If we compare to what the President delivered, 31-page one, it goes more than 3 times. All the promises that were made in that SONA, Right Honorable Speaker, were not fulfilled. Right Honorable Speaker, there was a promise of 1 million jobs. Where are 1 million jobs now? Nowhere. Right Honorable Speaker, Malawians were promised Canaan. Instead of Canaan, they went to Bagamoyo. Right Honorable Speaker, this has to be put on record so that Malawians, our children in the future, should know that there was a regime that failed this country. Right Honorable Speaker, they masqueraded as if they are sheep, but alas, they were wolves. Wolves in sheep's skin. Right Honorable Speaker, they plan to loot this country. They almost shared this country, Right Honorable Speaker. A very good example is what we had on Wednesday right here in this House, Right Honorable Speaker, where a list of people were mentioned ascribing to the past regime. They benefited from mega farms, project funds that were earmarked for the less privileged. Madam Speaker, further to that, the money that was earmarked for the underserved Malawians in the NIF program was shared by those that are elite from that side of the aisle. And we demand from this side of the aisle, right on our Speaker, that the list be made available in this House. It should be read one by one. Malawians should judge them as they were doing in looting this country, right on our Speaker. That list should be made available in this House. They should be named and they should be shamed. Right on our Speaker, the SONA then was full of promises. The first year they just promised, second year promised. Even in a marriage, when a husband fails to do his duties, the first year just promising, the second year promising, elders start getting worried. They look for a hyena. And this is exactly what happened. Malawians booted them out of government because they failed to deliver. Honorable Speaker, those people didn't know how to run government, and they are here to learn how government is supposed to be run by Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika. Honorable Speaker, for 5 good years, we wasted 5 good years right here in Malawi, right, Honorable Speaker. It is not about how long you speak that matters, but what you accomplish to do. This was exemplified in what Professor delivered in this House. Less talk, more action. Right, Honorable Speaker, one speaker said, if you spend hours explaining what you have done, know that you have done nothing. The works of Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika are speaking for themselves. And I wonder where they are getting the strength, the energy to oppose in this House. Because whatever they fail to do, Professor is now accomplishing. And being in opposition does not mean that you should oppose everything else for the sake of opposing. It is time that they sit and listen and give credit where it is due. It is a fact, right, Honorable Speaker, that maize prices have gone down from 120,000 per 50 kg bag to around 30,000 or 35,000 thereabout. Right, Honorable Speaker, people are now eating, are able to go into bed full, opposed to the past. Men were complaining they were unable to perform during the night, but now they are performing well. Right, Honorable Speaker. Right, Honorable Speaker, it is a fact that people are no longer queuing at the filling station. And it is a known fact, right, Honorable Speaker, that tuition fees in secondary schools has been scrapped off. This is the type of leadership that Malawians wanted. On economic growth, right, Honorable Speaker, the whole 5 years of the past regime, they only managed 2.7%. But the professor has promised in 2 years' time he will double that percentage. That's what we want. That's the leadership that we want, right, Honorable Speaker. Right, Honorable Speaker, the last government failed to bring solutions to the problem of hunger. But, right, Honorable Speaker, just in 4 months, Professor has fixed the problem. Right, Honorable Speaker, Luke chapter 16 verse 10 says, whoever is faithful in small matters will be faithful in large ones. But Professor has started even with the bigger ones, because ending hunger, right, Honorable Speaker, is no small thing. It's a very big thing, right, Honorable Speaker. Right, Honorable Speaker, on public infrastructure, I would like to commend the state president that all the roads that have been prioritized for upgrading and rehabilitation are very much important to this nation. Then SIPE Liwonde section, Radon of Speaker, very important section. I would like to extend and appeal that as this section is being rehabilitated, may they consider, the Minister of Finance should also consider the section from Liwonde to Zomba, which was neglected by the past regime. They never maintained this section, Radon of Speaker. I would also like to commend the State President, Professor Peter Mutharika, Right Honorable Speaker, for putting youth at the center of development by providing the youth with internship programs, by providing the youth with community colleges, and also by providing the youth, Right Honorable Speaker, with 100 million soft loans. This is very commendable, Right Honorable Speaker. These youths are the ones who will run through with the Vision Malawi 2063. As I went down, Right Honorable Speaker, the people of Zomba City North, the people of Group Village Headman Nyanya, the people of Group Village Headman Chikanda, the people of around Unima, the people of Chinamwali, the people of Matawale, Right Honorable Speaker, they fully support the SONA. I thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Thank you.
Thank you, Zomba City North. Karonga Central, you have 10 minutes.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker, sir, for recognizing the people of Karonga Central and Senior Group Village Headman Kayuni, Principal Group Village Headman Mwangolera, Group Village Headman Mwandosha, Mwenenguwe, Mpeta Makasungura, above all, Ntemi wa Watemi Kyungu Mwakabanga the 24th. I rise to respond to the State of the Nation address delivered in this August House by His Excellency the President, Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika. The address was calmly and eloquently delivered, short, precise, and reflective of the true situation on the ground as experienced by many Malawians. Mr. Speaker, sir, within 4 months of governance, tangible progress has been registered. The price of maize has significantly reduced from 100,000 kwacha per 50 kg bag to 38,000 kwacha per bag. This, Mr. Speaker, sir, is a development that has restored hope and dignity to many households, ensuring that families can now afford their staple food. Prices of other essential commodities, including cement, have also declined. Fuel, which was previously scarce and sold on black market at an exorbitant price of 10,000 kwacha per litre, is now readily available at all pump stations across the country, with a steady and uninterrupted supply. Inflation is steadily declining, and economic growth projections are promising. Mr. Speaker, sir, the promise of free secondary school education has now allowed those who could not afford secondary school education to enroll themselves. At this point in time, Mr. Speaker, sir, allow me to encourage young men and women to enroll themselves in school. Education is the only tool to tackle or fight poverty. For this milestone, we owe profound gratitude to the astute leadership of His Excellency President, Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika. Allow me also to commend the Honorable Minister of Agriculture and her deputy for the well-executed farm input subsidy program. For example, Mr. Speaker, sir, in my constituency, both NPK and urea fertilizers were delivered to all the targeted groups I can speak for the entire constituency of Karonga Central that our people benefited from this program. Let me therefore categorically refute the rumor that Karonga Central, Karonga, or the entire region was marginalized in the exercise. The distribution was equitable, inclusive, in line with the President's commitment to national unity and fairness, irrespective of region, tribe, district, or political affiliation. Mr. Speaker, sir, Karonga Central is endowed with the vast mineral resources, including gold, uranium, copper, and coal. It hosts large-scale mining operations such as Lotus Resources Limited, medium-scale operators such as Kasikizi, Zagaf Coal Mining, and many other coal miners. I commend government's commitment to strengthening the mining legal framework in order to maximize national benefits from the extractive sector. Through exploration, government will determine the country's mineral wealth, thereby strengthening shareholding arrangements and loyalty negotiations. This strategic direction will enable Malawi to negotiate better terms and with investors. The creation of a sovereign wealth fund is an innovative and forward-looking decision as the country positions itself to become a major mining player regionally and globally, with upcoming projects at Kangankunde, Kanyika, Kasia, and Songwe Hill, in addition to the Kairekera uranium mine. This aligns with the principle of the Extractive Industries Transparency Initiative and the domestically adopted Malawi Extractive Transparency Initiative, ensuring accountability and improved governance in the mining sector. Mr. Speaker, sir, allow me to commend the President's call for enhanced synergies between the Ministry of Mining and the Ministry of Finance and Development. Once mineral resources are properly quantified, the country will be better positioned to monetize its ground assets and strengthen its economic standing. Finally, Mr. Speaker, sir, it would be remiss of me if I do not touch on the issue of the 5 billion kwacha Constituency Development Fund, which has raised great expectations across the nation, including in Karonga Central. I thank His Excellency for fulfilling his campaign promise, now incorporated in the 2026-2027 budget. Karonga Central has lined up transformative projects, including construction of community hospital at Rupaso, where it will constitute OPD administration block, laboratory, male and female and children wards, mortuary, saving Rupaso, Masoko, Malimba, Mayibiyibi, Chinseve, and surrounding areas that lie on the southern bank of South Rukuru River. Construction of health centers at Kasano under GVH Mwenenguwe. Construction of another health center at Lugali under GVH Village Headman Lugali at Vungu brings hope to the people of Karonga Central. Installation of electricity transformers at Chinseve, Malimba, Towo, and Domomo. Construction of school classroom blocks and teachers' houses at Chazale, Lugali, Mwenerondo, Mheru, Katiri, Tumbi, Chinseve, Masoko, Chirambiro, Mwawembe, Wiriro, and Kairekera schools. Expansion of water reticulation systems within the constituency, areas that lie outside the Karonga Water Project grid, places like Masoko, Chazale, Chinseve, and Rupaso. On behalf of the people of Karonga Central, I sincerely thank His Excellency the President, Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika, for his visionary leadership and commitment to equitable and inclusive development. Mr. Speaker, sir, as I conclude, it would be remiss of me not to speak about the Songwe, Chiveta-Songwe Road, the economic lifeline of the country. I'm not just speaking about this road because it leads to Karonga, but as I said, it's very vital to the growth of our economy. The road now has become almost impassable. But however, Mr. Speaker, sir, let me acknowledge and thank His Excellency the President that within a short period of time, he has recognized the importance of Rumpi, Chitipa via Nyika Road, which he has put in this year's project. And it inspires hope that once the economy comes into its place, this road that I've talked about, the Chiveta Songwe Road, will be included. Therefore, with these few remarks, Mr. Speaker, sir, the people of Karonga Central Constituency support the State of the National Address. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Karonga Central. You see how experienced politicians, just right on time. Thank you for that. Let me now recognize Blantyre Sochi Zingwangwa. Chana, you have the floor.
Thank you so much, Right Honorable Speaker, for granting the people of Sochi Zingwangwa the chance to respond to the SONA. Firstly, let me congratulate the State President, His Excellency, Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika, for delivering a short, brief, but straight to the point, effective SONA. Mr. Speaker, sir, I took time to go to my constituency to engage on what they understand with regards to the SONA. And in that process, I started asking myself questions. I started reflecting on issues that were coming out. So my response would be brief, but it would be guided by the interactions that I had with my constituency. Mr. Speaker, sir, just a brief background. We all know 1960 is referred to as the year of Africa. After 1960, a lot of African countries started gaining independence. 1964, Malawi and a few other countries around that period, Kenya, Tanzania, Zimbabwe, they also got Zambia, they also got their independence around that period. Fast forward, Mr. Speaker, sir, we attained our democracy in 1994. Since 1964 till now, we are still regarded as a poor country. And if you go to categories, IMF, World Bank, Malawi is constantly referred to as one of the poor countries, and they put us in categories of countries such as Somalia, Sudan, Yemen, Central African Republic. If you look at all these countries, most of them have had war, but Malawi, we've always had peace. We've never experienced any civil war or any war with our neighboring countries. Then I started asking myself, what is wrong with Malawi? What is wrong with Malawi? There are so many factors, but something was clear in my interactions. Almost, it's safe to say 60 to 70 or 80% of our population are young people, Mr. Speaker, sir. This is human beings 35 years and below. 35 years, we're using the African Charter. The African Charter defines the youth as anyone 35 years and below. And in this category, we put single mothers, married, male, female, rural and urban. 60 to 80% of our population fall in this category. Mr. Speaker, sir, it is sad to note that this group is neglected and has been neglected all along. So as I was looking at the map of Malawi and seeing that 60 to 80% are in this category, I saw two things. One, I saw a ticking bomb. A ticking bomb in the sense that if we do not address, if we do not pay attention, if we do not have deliberate policies and laws that look at this ticking bomb, then the future might be hard for Malawi. Mr. Speaker, sir, even governing will be a challenge. On the flip side, Mr. Speaker, sir, I also saw this as an arsenal of opportunities, an arsenal of ideas that could propel Malawi. So in my response and in interaction within the parameters of the SONA, this stuck to me. Mr. Speaker, sir, I'll give you an example of a young person. Most of the youth in this category, when they have an idea or a business idea, these ideas and businesses, they are dead upon arrival. You give a young person 5 million kwacha in Malawi now, next year they'll be broke. You give a woman 2 million or 1 million kwacha now, next year they'll be begging. Why? If you go to Zambia, Kenya, Tanzania, Zimbabwe, women, youth, they are succeeding in business. But here, no one seems to be succeeding in business. I walk around my constituency. Just to see, just to bump into a young person who is succeeding in business. But it is rare. Our ideas, businesses are dead upon arrival. Why, Mr. Speaker, sir? As I was going further in my reflection, I came across one factor that stands out clear, and it matters the most with our house because we've got the powers to do something. Our laws and policies. We've got too much taxes, Mr. Speaker, sir. I'll give you an example. A young person went to South Africa to buy speakers. He's in the entertainment industry. The speakers were costing him 9.6 million. And then he came on the border, he paid almost 5-point-something million. VAT, excise, and what have you. Taxes. Mr. Speaker, sir, this is something we can do, we can work on as a house and as leaders. I repeat, businesses and ideas of this category, they are dead upon arrival. Mr. Speaker, sir, if you were to Google on your phone, any member, go on ChatGPT or Google, and then you Google how much does a business need to make or earn for them to pay taxes, for instance, in Nigeria, in Zambia, in South Africa. In Nigeria, for a business to start paying taxes, they need to start earning $75,000 and above. In South Africa, SMEs, any business that is earning 1 million rands below, it is categorized and considered as an SME, and these businesses are all exempted from taxes. Mr. Speaker, sir, the President stresses on two groups that can transform this country, and it is women and the youth. And all these young people and women, they've got ideas, yes, but the environment is not enabling. So, Mr. Speaker, sir, I am suggesting that for us to achieve the philosophy, the vision in the SONA and beyond, as a house, we must reflect on our tax laws. We must categorize businesses in this country. Young people and women who are doing businesses, for instance, that are 100 million and below, they should be exempted from certain taxes. It is unfair for a woman who goes to Zambia with 5 million kwacha and then they come on the border, they are taxed. and you know our economic situation now. We've got forex issues that were inherited from the previous administration. We're struggling with. So, Mr. Speaker, sir, I would suggest we should make sure we analyze our tax laws and policies, and we should have deliberate efforts that target this category. Mr. Speaker, sir, on 100 million, the President in his speech, State of Nation Address, he emphasized on the 100 million kwacha for young people, 100 million kwacha for youth. Then, as I was engaging in my constituency, I started imagining, Mr. Speaker, sir, if I had 100 million kwacha cash right here, right now, how will I distribute it? How will I use the 100 million kwacha to be effective in my constituency? Mr. Speaker, sir, simple mathematics. If I am to give 10 million kwacha, 10 million kwacha each to young people and women who want businesses in my constituency, with 100 million kwacha, it means I'm reaching out to 10 young people and 10 women. So, Mr. Speaker, sir, as much as this is an excellent starting point, I think moving forward as a House, we must also consider lobbying. This amount should be increasing as we go. This amount should be increasing as we go, because I know, as I speak for my constituency, this amount, it does not reach out to as much young people and women as possible, as needed, more especially in the urban areas, Mr. Speaker, sir. So this is an excellent idea, but we should lobby for more. Mr. Speaker, sir, lastly, monetization. Mr. Speaker, sir, a lot of young people are on TikTok, a lot of young people are on Facebook, WhatsApp, a lot of young people are on Instagram, and a lot of young people that are using YouTube. In other countries, Mr. Speaker, sir, monetization has taken center stage. Most of these young people who are using these social media platforms, they're taking advantage of the fact that Malawi, we are part of a digital platform, a digital economy. Mr. Speaker, sir, it would be wise for us, as we're addressing unemployment and empowering young people, to find means and ways of engaging relevant agents, stakeholders, to ensure that we monetize Malawi and we monetize our creatives industry. We've got so many content creators. Again, if you Google, check online, on average, how much does a content creator make in Zambia? How much does a content creator make in Tanzania, our neighboring countries? You'd see, on average, a content creator, comedian, they would make $2,000 through YouTube. The others would make $3,000. So if the creatives industry, if all our young people who are busy on social media, through these platforms, they are monetized and the content is monetized, we are achieving one or two things, if not three. One, forex generation. Two, these could be encouraged to even hold dollar accounts. If they hold dollar accounts, if they are traveling, they'll use their own dollars. If they are buying things online, they'll use their own dollars. It means we're also easing the burden of demanding forex on our commercial banks. So, Mr. Speaker, sir, monetizing the creatives industry in Malawi is very important in addressing business opportunities, employment opportunities for this generation. Lastly, Mr. Speaker, sir, I would like to echo my fellow members. I support the SONA. As Blantyre soldiers in Ngwangwa constituency, we are excited. We know the 5 billion guidelines will assist us in achieving the vision of the state president and constituency. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Thank you very much, Blantyre Sochi Zingwangwa. I see Leader of the House.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. I beg to move that we now curtail debate on the state of the national address delivered by His Excellency Professor Peter Mutharika in this House.
Let's talk.
On 13th of February this year.
Monetization.
But as we discuss the same, I also want to extend by begging to move that immediately after curtailment, we suspend the House to allow members to go and refresh, ready for presentation of the budget this afternoon by the Minister of Finance, Economic Planning and Decentralization. I beg to move.
Thank you, Leader of the House. Before I tackle that, Leader, let me invite Nkata Bempamba. Please rise if you're in the House. I see you're not here. He's not in. Nkata Bempamba has received a visitor. I don't know if the visitor is still up there. There was Mai Mordecai up there, but oh, there she is. Thank you. Welcome, Mai. In case fellow members don't know Madam Mordecai, Mai Iman, that lady is the one that sang the song Apita Bechaloya. Welcome to Parliament, and we wish you all the best. Thank you, Ma. Honourable members, as guided by the Leader of the House to curtail debate that was delivered by the President, and to also suspend the House until 2 o'clock when the Minister of Finance will be here to present his budget, the people's budget. I now put the question. Those of that opinion say aye. Leader?
Mr. Speaker, sir, I thought first we were going to allow the mover to wind up before curtailment. Thank you.
Very true. I thought after the motion, then we'll ask the mover to come and wind the debate. So I put the question. Those of that opinion say aye. Those of the contrary view say no. The ayes have it and the motion is carried. Let me now invite, is it Mulanje Southeast? To curtail, to wind up debate on the State of National Address. Yes, you can proceed, Honorable.
Mr. Speaker, sir, thank you for allowing the people of Mulanje Southeast to wind up debate on the State of the National Address, ably presented by His Excellency Professor Peter Mutharika in this August House on the 13th of February. Mr. Speaker, sir, when I stood in that dispatch box to move the motion, I was overwhelmed. I was overwhelmed because of the weight of the task that was before me. Nevertheless, I was encouraged by the trust that was placed in me by the leadership of this side of the aisle. Mr. Speaker, sir, from the onset, after I had moved the motion in this House, both sides of the aisle stood and supported the motion. However, it was surprising to note that there were a few individuals who are still shocked and surprised that a lot would have been achieved within a period of 5 months, as has happened. Mr. Speaker, sir, the state president said that when he got into office, the country did not have food for millions of Malawians, and could not feed, and we could not feed our own people. Yet some colleagues across the aisle were adamant, saying that there was enough maize in the country already. Allow me, Mr. Speaker, sir, to teach these colleagues some basics on food security. When we talk of food security, Mr. Speaker, sir, we talk of 4 pillars. And these pillars are availability of food, accessibility of food, affordability of food, and stability of the supply of food. The previous government might have produced the quantities, but they kept it in their warehouses. That affected accessibility and affordability. The DPP government quickly intervened to make maize accessible and affordable, hence stabilizing maize prices and dampening inflation. Mr. Speaker, sir, some honorable members argued that we must move away from social support programs that, in their belief, they believe are using a huge chunk of our budget. This and that we must invest in production. This argument has been used quite a lot in this House. Mr. Speaker, sir, the truth is that we cannot rush to roof a house before building the house. Nyumba sunga folele usanaimange. Ensuring that this country is food secure is that foundation. Ensuring that we have an educated population through the introduction of pre-primary and free secondary school is that foundation. Yes. Ensuring that more students in tertiary institutions access loans is that foundation. Ensuring that the economy is stabilized is that foundation. Ensuring that there is security in the country and no militias and gangs are on the streets attacking citizens is that foundation. Ensuring that our labor is skilled through technical and vocational education is that foundation. Ensuring that we increase power generation to eliminate blackouts is that foundation. Ensuring that electricity is available in rural areas such as Naimbele, Kanyizira, Chiganamba, Ngumba, Vonken CDSS, Magubu, John Zintuli, Chatamanja, Lundu, Mwanchocha, Mwazambo, Mission, Muruta, and Kagamira is such a foundation. Ensuring that we have potable water and ensuring that that potable water is accessible is that foundation. Ensuring that we build capacity to manage and negotiate contracts and agreements in our extractive industries is that foundation. Ensuring that health facilities are not only built, but also provided with staff and essential drugs is that foundation. Ensuring that we take advantage of our water bodies and invest in irrigation is that foundation. Ensuring that fuel is available and our industries do not have downtime because of diesel is that foundation. Ensuring that we have well-maintained road networks is that foundation. Investing in modern cargo and passenger vessels on our lake is that foundation. Creating a tourism authority to champion flagship projects in the tourism industry is that foundation. Establishing a sovereign wealth fund to ensure that proceeds of the mining industry benefits Malawians is that foundation. Yeah. Ensuring that fiscal devolution through a transformed CDF brings resources to the grassroots for development is that foundation. Wiping out excess liquidity on the market that was giving pressure to forex and interest rates is that foundation. Yeah. Mr. Speaker, sir, with your indulgence, I would want to conclude by telling a story. Yes. I had a colleague, Mr. Speaker, sir, who after retiring bought a big bus. He gave that big bus to his minibus driver to drive it. Sadly, the bus would take over 8 hours to get to Blantyre from Lilongwe. It used a lot of fuel. People started shunning that new bus because they were saying, "Shibasi jisijima tamanga ya." One day, Mr. Speaker, sir, my colleague was tired. He had had it all. And he wanted to sell the bus and abandon the whole business altogether. However, one of his friends advised him to try and change the driver. He proposed an experienced driver who had driven buses, big buses, before. When this new driver came to try and drive this bus, it got to Blantyre under 5 hours. All of a sudden, the bus fuel consumption went down by half. The bus that was shunned by passengers before became a darling to passengers. Mr. Speaker, sir, the minibus driver who was driving the big bus did not know that the bus had 16 gears, 4 in each slot. He was driving it with 4 gears. This led to low speed of the bus and high fuel consumption. That bus, Mr. Speaker, sir, is Malawi. That minibus driver, Mr. Speaker, sir, who did not know how to drive a 16-gear bus,
he knows himself. Don't mention.
Don't
mention.
That bus driver with a lot of experience, Mr. Speaker, sir, is none other than Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika. Amalawi, basi iyi musagulitse ya. Basi iyi musagulitse iyayi. Mr. Speaker, sir, I would therefore want to rally all members of this House to adopt the State of the Nation address that was graciously delivered in this House on the 13th February 2026 to ensure that we proceed on a path of economic recovery through a people-centered development. Mr. Speaker, sir, I beg to move. Thank you.
Oh my God.
This is the foundation. This is the foundation.
Yes.
This is the foundation. That foundation. As what? Sure. Mike.
Thank you very much. Mulanje Southeast. First you came up with chicken, now you come up with foundation. I don't know what next, but thank you so much for winding up the debate. Honourable members, before I put up the question, I wanted to introduce Mrs. Lefnat Tambala. I don't know if she's still up in the gallery. Oh, she has walked out? Oh, yeah, there she is. That's our business entrepreneur, the owner of Lee Home. Honour members, that's an example there. Let's support our women and let's support Mrs. Tambala in her business. Today she has come to watch parliamentary proceedings and you're most welcome, madam. Thank you. Honour members, I now put a question that this House do agree with the address graciously delivered by His Excellency Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika on Friday, 13th February 2026. I now put the question that this House agree to adopt the State of Nation address. Those of that opinion say aye. Aye. Those of the contrary view say no. The ayes have it and the motion is carried. Honourable members, as earlier agreed and as earlier guided by the Leader of the House, I now suspend the House to 2 p.m. this afternoon in preparing for the Minister of Finance to deliver the budget statement. House suspended.
Maybe you want this type of wall, or this one, or this one right here. Don't worry, Tropical Paint's got you covered. Tropical Paint Standard Products, your everyday solution for perfect walls.